Oh, we got a doozy. If you're a divorced dad who keeps starting strong and then fading out, this episode's for you. Because the problem, it's not discipline. It's definitely not motivation. It's that you have no constraint. And without constraint, men drift. So listen, if this podcast is helping you rebuild your life with clarity, something simple, hit follow, hit subscribe right now. That one action is helping us reach and transform a million dads. Just that one thing. If that helps you, help another dad, pass it forward for them. Here's this thing today, the truth. Here's what's going on. Men don't change through inspiration. I wish that was true. I wish that you could just show up and that just happens. You're inspired and it magically a unicorn shows up in your home, right? Men change through structure under pressure. That's what it is. Structure under pressure. You see this played out in the military. It's structure under pressure. You watch this when you see some of these Navy SEAL training videos. Structure under pressure. Freedom without constraint equals chaos. You got to remember that freedom without constraint is chaos. We want freedom. You want freedom. I want freedom. And I believe if you take a step back and you understand that what got you here is not going to be what gets you there, then you're going to start making some very, very difficult and hard decisions. Look, a river without banks becomes a swamp. It's as simple as put. Banks, they don't limit the river, they give it power. And most divorced dads, they removed all structure and they called it freedom. What's funny is that most of the guys that I talk to and I sit with, if we moved the idea over into business or over into work, their structure. They show up. They have reports. They have KPIs. They have cash flow. They have accountability. They have all these things. Why? Because they want to grow. They bring all those things in. And then if that does not happen, guess what? Either you don't have a job or your business is not growing. And so many of you are actually doing this quite well. You're just not doing it in your own personal life, and you haven't done it for decades. And so what's happening now is simply in this. Here's what's going on in your brain. Real quick, the brain defaults to energy conservation. Your brain's lazy, man. It's looking for the easiest way possible and the most comfort. No structure tells your brain no signal to act. That's what it's telling you. No structure, no signal to act. Motivation fades because dopamine is novelty based. Many of you, you're relying on the motivation and it's exciting for a moment until it's not. And then you're wondering, where is it? You know, it's like many times for me in the beginning of the day, it's exciting. I'm starting my work. I'm getting it going. I've got a couple shots of espresso. Life is awesome. And then in the afternoon, I've gone through a full day's work. The energy's starting to fade. Why? Because it's finite. It does not last forever. And you got to remember this for constraint. Constraints create clarity. Clarity creates action. Constraints are creating your clarity. Why? You're focusing on less. In the FAST system, we talk about focus. What you focus on is what you will become. So the constraints give you the clarity. What do you need to do right now? And the clarity gives you the action and the confidence to go in that direction. Here's real failure. I'll give you one thing and then we're out of here today. This is going to be a shot in the arm, a little juice for you in this day. Real failure is you're waiting to feel ready. And nobody wants to hear that. No dad wants to hear that. I had a dad text me the other day. He goes, well, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting this out. Waiting this out is literally throwing your life away. Readiness is a lie the brain uses to avoid discomfort. Think about in your own life. I'll ask dads this all the time. When were you really ready to get married? When were you really ready to have children? When were you really ready to start that business? When were you really ready, right, to do those things, to take that leap, to take that jump? Most all of those decisions, no one's ever ready. They make the jump, they figure it out. That's what you'll realize between the ultra successful and the ones that are just kind of successful. The difference between good and great is that the great start and they figure it out. They ask, they get questions, they bring in, masterminds and people to work that out. So here's one thing to do today. Very simple. We're going to keep this short. Something you can do right now today. Get ready, get your ears on, get your listening. Boom, we're going to hit this. One constraint this week. It could be creating the same wake up time. It could be the same workout slot. It could be the same daily prayer window, and protect it like the time you have with your kids. I want you to pick one constraint, one thing. This happens a lot with the guys that I work with, because we start to work into their calendar and they tell me all this stuff. And I say, great, show me in your calendar where you're doing that and why. Let's get a track. If you don't measure it, you can't manage it. So what do you have in there in your calendar? Wake up time, workout slot, prayer window, task maybe that you have that you're avoiding. Put that down every single week. One constraint. Make it daily. Make it repeatable. Make it memorable. And watch how that one constraint will start to carve out the man that you're becoming. One constraint. Think about what that is for you in your life. Think about what that would do, what that would mean as you hit it every day, every day, every day. Become the man that you want to become. Level up and do the hard things. Your life will be transformed. If you're done drifting, you're ready to rebuild the structure, join our Ascent group. Simple. Jump in, join the Ascent. It's free. All the stuff's in there. It's in our school group. If you're not following us on Divorced Dads of America, do that. And lastly, sub it, guys. Hit the sub, hit the button. Share this with another dad that needs help. There are dads that are dying. It is a bloodbath out there. And that simple thing will help save a dad. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.